Hey, what is up, guys? I'm back with more Harry Potter. So, the reason why I haven't made a video in such a long time is mainly because I had some things I've been doing these days, and I'm gonna talk about that later. But now I'm gonna be talking about Harry Potter, and so far, you guys are gonna think, oh, I haven't been uploading for 3 days completely. You must have finished the book or almost, but no, completely not. So last time I think we left off at around. I walked away. What are you talking about? I think last time we left off around the time where they meet Hermione. I think that's where Ron and Hermione, and where he got into the leaky cauldron and stuff. So it's about page 50, and now I'm at 117, which is 68 pages, which is about less than 1 day's amount. Pathetic, absolutely pathetic, guys. But like I said, I kind of got carried away these days. I had some activities that I had to do. And these chapters are what I have done in 3 days, and I'll try my best to remember what I have read so far. Yeah, okay, so they meet Harry staying at Leaky Cauldron and still very confused why he hasn't been punished for his crimes and why Ministry of Magic has put an extra care on him. He's probably very curious and puzzled at the moment, and then we'll learn the reason very soon. So Harry meets Ron and Hermione over at the Diagon Valley, and they kind of buy books and stuff. So nothing much here is important, and the most important part is that Hermione is supposed to got herself an owl for her early birthday present, but instead she got herself a cat. Yeah, a cat called something. Basically, it's an ugly cat, and Ron is kind of worried that it will be trouble for Scrubbers. And by the way, Scrubbers is like really weak currently, and later we will learn exactly why. Like I said, this book is not going to be a wonderful read for me, and I'm definitely going to get really bored reading it because I have a great idea over the stories that have happened in this book, but I'll still read it just to catch some of the details and stuff. Maybe it's just good. I mean, Harry Potter is a great book as long as you have no idea what is going to be happening. Yeah. Anyway, blah blah blah. And also, so later we learned that the night before they go to King's Cross, Harry overheard Mr. and Mrs. Weasley having a conversation inside their bedroom, and basically Harry immediately learns that Sirius Black, the one that got out of Azkaban, the wizard prison, was looking for Harry. The sole reason that he has got out of that prison is to come and search for Harry. Now the reason will seem very apparent because he is a follower of you-know-who, and after his fall, Sirius Black did a crime that killed 13 people in front of a bunch of muggles. I think that's the reason why Sirius Black is so mad at Harry, because, and they also said that he's like, who's second man and stuff, blah blah blah. So yeah, he's basically coming to kill Harry. Yeah, okay, and Harry obviously feels that he's gonna die. Anyway, they go to school next day in these special cars, basically presidential limousines, if you can consider them that, and they arrive at school. Now they just take the school there and take the train there, and nothing much happened so far. There's this one interesting part where I think I'm putting everything that is just unimportant but kind of silly as interesting, but yeah, that's how I like to read books. Finding the silliest part in these books are just one of my favorite things, honestly speaking. So okay, later we have Harry. So basically, Mr. Weasley did this thing where instead of running into the wall of the entrance of the platform 9 3/4, he just leaned into it like this. He just leaned into it and casually got in. And Harry kind of learned that you don't have to run inside. Okay, that's not important, but it's funny and interesting. Anyway, so Ron and Harry and Hermione. Harry tries to find a room that is empty on train for Ron and Hermione, so he can tell what he overheard. I forgot this very important part, which is also interesting. Mr. Weasley is just kind of an interesting character in this book, in my opinion. So later, before the train leaves, Mr. Weasley tries to tell Harry the thing, but Harry said, "Oh, I already know. Don't worry, I already know." And he does that thing where he tells Harry, "Promise me that you're not going to be looking for Sirius Black." And Harry was like, duh, I'm not gonna go look for trouble. I don't want to die. But learning from the first and second book, we know immediately and obviously that Harry's gonna be finding out everything and just gonna be looking for danger. I mean, come on, maybe he's made out of some kind of obsidian or something that is just unbreakable. But he just managed to escape Voldemort 2 times, and both times he was just looking for him. It's just crazy. You just keep on looking for danger, and will be surprised if he doesn't this time. Okay, I'll be surprised if trouble just completely comes to him on its own. Yeah. Anyway, so they got on the train, but they couldn't find a compartment that is completely empty. So they chose this compartment with the sleeping professor inside, and then they guessed that this new professor is basically their new defenses against the dark arts feature, because Lockhart, the stupid guy, basically got memory removed and he's just a big booger. So anyway, so they got on the train, and midway the train stopped and they think they have arrived at Hogwarts, but later the light all go out. So you basically step inside of a horror game. A plot of a horror game, yes. And the door slowly opened with a hooded figure that is basically floating, I think? No, I have no idea. Basically, imagine a body that has drowned in the water and just stayed there for a bunch of time and decomposed and become all disgusting, but suddenly it put on a cloak and started floating. Imagine that kind of guy and standing in front of the door of your compartment and opened it. And also this thing just so happens to make the area incredibly freezing and suck the happiness out of everyone that is around it. And later Harry heard screams. Harry felt himself fell down, and then he heard screams. And then when he got up, he learned that basically the train got running again. Ron and Hermione said that he fell on the ground and fainted and started twitching and stuff. And the new professor woke up. And by the way, the professor woke up like in the middle of the mayhem. So everyone was getting panicked when the light turned off. So the professor woke up. So the professor told so according to Hermione and Ron, the Professor Lupin told the Dementor, basically we learned that later, this is the Dementor, the Azkaban guards. Basically the guards that's looking for Sirius Black. And we can also probably learn that they are the Azkaban guards for the following conversation. He gets up and tells the Dementor that nobody is hiding Sirius Black under their cloaks, and the Dementor basically didn't leave. And what Lupin did is basically put a spell, muttered something, and something came out, silvery come out as a wand, and the Dementor got away. Anyway, so Harry fainted, and Lupin gave him some kind of chocolate, and chocolate made him really nice. He made him comfortable. Anyway, so later McGonagall called Harry and Hermione over before the feast. And he addressed Harry of the thing. It's basically a Dementor that's looking for him and stuff. Blah, 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 blah. Dementors, basically don't cross them. They're deadly creatures and stuff. Whatever. Basically, they're just stupid stuff, okay? And also, Dumbledore don't like them. So Dumbledore is basically, if Dumbledore don't like him, I don't like him. And Harry obviously doesn't like it because, duh. Okay, and then he basically called Harry away and addresses the Hermione's timetable, because she basically chose every single class, every single one of them. Like imagine in university you have to choose a few majors and learn them. Hermione just basically fucking chose every single one of them. Crazy, right? Anyway, what's the next thing that happened? Oh yeah, another interesting part was that he also said that Professor Lupin is actually trustworthy because he gave Harry some chocolate. Yeah, trustworthy. Anyway, I think that's kind of it for this chapter. Okay, we learn later that so Hermione obviously does the little trick with McGonagall. I think I'm saying this is probably because I know the story behind it. But anyway, let us continue. So the second day they start doing their lessons, and their first lesson is let me find it. Challenge in the tea leaves. Basically a lesson of definition. Ignore him. Oh yeah, this is basically this part where Malfoy makes fun of Harry by doing a fainting mimic just to mock Harry. But we also learned that basically Malfoy wet himself or something like that. He's also scared, but he's just making fun of Harry for no reason. And I have a very strong feeling that there is something behind me. No, I'm a grown-up. I'm a big boy. I'm not scared of those stuff. Anyway, okay, let's just continue, okay? I'm really scared of this one of the face Just imagine that, like you're just talking to yourself in the camera, and suddenly a face appears behind you. What is wrong with me, man? Anyway, let us continue. So they basically try to get to the lesson of definition, and basically it's super far away on this one of these towers. Another tower. Basically, you have two towers, and one of them is for the Dumbledore's dormitory, and the other one is definition. Yeah, makes sense. Anyway, so they're trying to make their way to the classroom, and they got lost on this one of these places. And there's this super interesting part. Okay, so Hermione says that, oh, it's on the classroom must be on the right, but Ron says no. And then Harry spots this moving painting. Okay, and there's basically this pony on the ground, and suddenly a knight appeared, and with grass on its knee, basically indicating that he just fell. Okay. And the knight was like, oh, get away and stuff. And he pulled out his sword and tried to swing it, but it was too big and he's too short. And he fell down, and the sword just buried itself into the grass. And he tries very hard to get it out, but struggles. And Harry was like, are you okay? But he says, no, back off, dude. Back the hell off. But yeah, it's really funny. And then Harry asks him if you can lead us to the classroom, and he immediately forgets about all his anger and says, a quest, eh? And he just basically led them there. And he also say, farewell, everybody. Then Ron was like, he's mad. Probably he is, but I think he's a really cute guy. No, I'm not gay. No, he's interesting. No, not cute, okay? That's so stupid. He's an interesting guy. I think he would definitely make a good friend. He's cool. Farewell, everybody. So they get to definition class, and basically there's this teacher that is basically a gigantic show-off. And she also says that books in this field does not matter. All it takes is talent, okay? Talent is basically the only thing. I remember somebody saying something similar. I mean, honestly, wizardry in the entirety is just talent-based, but I guess definition is more talent-based, I guess. Anyway, so we learned that she's basically a gigantic show-off and keeps on making these things like, oh, I have been... Ooh, okay. Oh, it is, the first sentence she said to everybody is that it's so good to see everybody in real life. That just basically means that she has been seeing everybody online, on the internet. Yeah, makes sense. No, she's basically seeing them in fortune telling and stuff. And she also does this thing where she says that Neville, where she tells Neville that I know that you're gonna drop your cup later. Oh yeah, basically they do this. They learned this fortune telling with teacups, okay? Teacups. And she also said that somebody will be leaving us in Halloween or something like that. I have no idea. And she also told this other student that the thing that she has been dreading will happen on this day. Like, it's kind of like that card. You know that card that tells the future and stuff? Those people in real life that you pay money to tell the future of. It's basically that kind of person. Anyway, blah blah blah. Basically, I think another thing that J.K. Rowling does really well is that she connects the real world with the wizardry world, where you make the story a little bit more believable. Like they connect it with wizard hunting, and also they say that Muggles don't. And she also explained that why Muggles and us don't notice them. Yeah. Anyway. Oh yeah, I remember this part. Okay, they say that they make these things that will disappear on its own, I think, or turn invisible on their own, or something like that. But Muggles just insist that they are just losing. They keep on losing their keys. Maybe it is really exist. So I would like to be a. No, I'm already 15, dude. I haven't received my letter from Hogwarts, so. Fuck. Anyway, where was I? So yes, definition. So basically, there's this tea selling, and then she says that Neville, if you, I know that you're gonna be breaking your cup later, so you just could grab a blue one later, okay? If you break your cup, and then later he does. Yeah, and then he also grab a blue cup, and then everybody keeps on. Basically, you have to drink your tea and basically look into it and see what remains and see the shapes and stuff. Blah blah blah. It's just all stupid. And then she also basically says that basically Harry's teacup basically shows that he's gonna die this year. Dude, obviously he's not gonna die. There's 4 more books. It's all about Harry Potter. He's not gonna die. Dude, this is stupid. This teacher is stupid. It's a stupid show off, dude. I'll smash her face. And also for no reason at all, Hermione is just incredibly mad at this lesson, just like me. Yeah, but also later Ron basically says that I'll say it later. But she hates it for this one reason. I hate it because that's a stupid teacher. Yeah, stupid teacher, man. Stupid teacher. So Hermione, I think Grim and stuff. So they got to divination. Transfiguration later. Yeah, and then she basically teaches them about wizards that can turn into animals. This gets very important in this book, and I just could not remember, but I have countless time where reading and I just read this book, okay? Because I know what happens later. There are just so much stuff that she put into these front parts that basically connects to the future. So I do this thing where I actively, when she gives information and particular description of somebody, I pay extra attention. Let's say, for example, for no reason at all, she says that, oh, this kid appears, this guy appears, and introduces his name. What? For no reason at all? Obviously not. By J.K. Rowling? No. It's gonna be happening later, and it's definitely gonna be putting to use. Maybe if I read this for a third time. No, yeah, if I read it for another time, I'll just note everything down, but not this time, dude, not this time. And also, this is supposed to be fun. This is a fun book, so I never do it. Anyway. This video is getting way too long. Harry showed off on the interview, blah, blah, blah. This is all not important. Basically, she turns herself into a cat, and everybody said nothing, okay? Basically, that's what happened. And she was like, why are you guys so sad? And they basically tell that Harry's gonna die. And McGonagall said, oh, that bitch tells that every single year, every single term, that somebody's gonna die. And she also says that divination requires an incredible amount of talent, and only a very small part of wizards are able to do it. And this professor... Yeah, Harry, you're gonna be fine. And also, she says this thing where, Harry, I'm sorry to say that maybe I'm not gonna be letting you go homework free, but I'll assure you that if you die, you will not have to return the homework. And Hermione laughed. She was the only one that laughed. Okay, she is not taking this seriously. And also, and later at lunch, Hermione is basically saying that the subject is stupid, the teacher is stupid, and basically Harry shouldn't be worrying. And then Ron said something that made me click. So till this time, I was confused. Why is Hermione taking this lesson so like this? She's supposed to be like a good student and stuff. Oh, and she also says, in class, the definitions teacher said that, Harry, I see in your fortune that someone is after you. And Hermione said that everybody knows that. Because obviously she's trying to tell the future and stuff, but she just said something that everybody knows, so. I mean, Hermione's basically hits this teacher for no reason at all. And Ron said something that made me click. Ron said, you're just hating this subject because this is a subject that takes talent, not reading and hard work and stuff. And she snapped and stuff, and she got really mad. Bro, Ron just broke through her defense line, dude. Did you just smash her defense line, man? Her mental defense line, something like that. Just smashed it and obliterated, man. Jeez, it's so funny. So let's just see what happens later. So okay, if you guys are wondering what I have been doing these days, if you guys can't tell, there are two of these on my clothes, and this one is of my original middle school, and the one underneath is of my middle school I am at now. And as I have told you guys, I graduated. So on Monday, I participated in the graduation ceremony of my new school, and on Tuesday, I went over to my old house to visit my friends. And yesterday's night, I stayed over at my friend's house. And today, I participated in the graduation ceremony of the current school, and I must say we had a lot of fun. I did not have as much fun in the graduation ceremony though. I had most fun playing at my friend's house. I have this friend who has a pool table, like a shrink down version, but not like those tiny ones. No, no, no. Like the size of a regular table or a little bit bigger or something like that. Just imagine a shrink down version of a pool table, okay, that can fit inside of a house. Something like that. We had a lot of fun doing that, and also we played this murder mystery card game, which was really interesting. So in this game, you basically have murderers and detectives and the oh, what is that called? The guy, it's at the tip of my tongue. The one that saw the crime. Oh my god, what is it called? Oh my god. Okay, it's at my tip. Oh, I can't see. You know what? I will not back down. I must search it. I must find it. Guys, I'm so sorry, but I must find it. And my computer is not starting. Start my computer. I don't know the password of this computer. Shoot. I will not see it. So basically, in this game, what you do, okay, is you have the killer. And okay, so basically everyone have 4 red cards and 4 white cards. So everyone will be assigned, or will be given a card that tells their who they are, basically. Basically, if you are the seer, or the detective, or you're the killer. And there's also this helper. This killer helper, basically his job is to confuse everybody. Yeah, that's his only job, and nobody is to nobody can show their cards and stuff. They can, I think that's how it works. Can't show it. Can you? You can't. I don't think so. So here's how the game works. I think it's really good. I think it's really interesting. So everyone is given 4 red cards and 4 white cards. And basically the red cards and white cards are basically shows, it's random, okay, I'm not sure, but basically imagine just random cards like pen, or book, or doorknob, or drugs, or anything at all, any object that you can think of. And there can also be other things like, or there can also be other things like the process of dying, like torture, or things like that, or maybe engagement, or I don't know, drowning, something like that. But basically, these are basically clues, okay? Because everyone is assigned 4 red cards and 4 red cards and 4 white cards, and everybody has to close their eyes, and only the seer opens his eye, and later the killer will also open his eye, but nobody will know, and the seer cannot tell anybody. So the killer will select 1 red card out of his 4 and 1 white card out of his 4 white cards, and that will be it. So let's say, for example, okay, the killer selected maybe a wine and a saw, or something like that. A wine and a saw, okay? And then there will be these cards that can provide clue. So these cards will basically have a range of options for the seer to choose. So in total there are 6 cards, but at first you can only open 3 cards. And I think and then you can open the 4th one and the 5th one and the 6th one. But every single time you have to vote 1 card. You have to vote 1 time. So the seer will select from the range of options. Let's say, for example, the first one is location. So he selected wine, like, okay, so there will be selections like kitchen, room, yeah, kitchen, room, and blah blah blah. And then he'll probably select kitchen. And there will also be these little knobs with numbers on them, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And basically, the larger the number, the more unsure you are. So number 1 means that you are entirely sure that it's like you're super sure. So you have wine, right? So you basically, like, you're not so sure, it can appear anywhere, but it's probably gonna be appearing in the kitchen. So you use a 3 or a 4 and put the little knob on the kitchen, and then the detective are gonna be like, oh, I see, wine. So they're gonna be looking for cars that are related to kitchen and stuff, and see everyone, you know. Maybe there's this guy with computer, with computers and maybe saws and a gun and stuff, and he will be like, obviously those things don't appear in your kitchen, so he's not a killer. That's basically that's what it does. So there are 3 of these. So there can be a location, the state of the dead body, the facial expression of the dead body, and just the dead reason, blah blah blah. It's a really good game, guys. So that's it for today. This video is way too long. Bye.